Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
Well, we have quite a celebrity in our showroom. I call it a showroom. It is like a showroom. Even as a studio, we always have all these shows right in this studio. Marilynn Wick, the Wick Theater, would not be a theater or a costume museum without Marilynn Wick. She came on the scene, I think, about 6 years ago to the theater, something like that. Is that right, Marilynn?
That's about it.
About 6
Hi,
years
ANITA.
ago. Hi. And you have really, talk about tornadoes. You are a hurricane. You do everything, but you do it with such great sweetness and soul. I must say that you don't have a mean bone in your body, which is unusual for people in the theater.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I don't know about that. Once in a while, there's a mean bone showing up.
Well, it's because, you really do take on a lot because you see that there's a lot needed here in Boca Raton. And I'm really proud of what you've created. So you have a lot going, and we got to discuss what you want to talk about first. Is it the Unchanged Soul with Donnie Ray Evans, or is it your wonderful costume shop moving, or God knows what else you have?
Yeah, I have lots of surprise things to tell you about.
Ready.
So let's start off in the beginning with, of course, and make it clear to the public that the Wick Theater is not being sold or moving. That seems to be a thought amongst people, and I'll tell you a little funny story later. It is the Costume World chain is moving off of Federal Highway to a new location. And this has been a monumental task. We've been there 27 years, and we are liquidating. After 40 years of being in the costume business, your collection becomes so massive that things just have to be cleaned out. And I should have done this many years ago, but my daughter and I love these clothes so much. Even now, people are walking out with things, and we're going, "Do you sure you really want this?" And the confusion has come. I'm in the theater the other day looking, selling some, answering the box office. And when the cameras come up, bing, all of a sudden the cameras came alive, and there are two ladies in the museum. Now, I don't know how they got in, but they were walking around taking all our prize pieces.
Oh, no way!
Putting them in a pile, and one of my little guy in the box office ran out there and said, "What are you ladies doing here?" "Well, we want to buy these things." They said, "Well, this is not the sale. The sale's on Federal Highway."
Oh, that's good thing someone was
there. They had Judy Garland's hat,
oh my
and
God.
all the original producer clothes. And, our last exhibit was about bling, and they had gathered up feather headpieces and gowns, and they said, "What kind of deal can you give us?"
Oh, I'm startled.
So anyhow, they sent them down to Federal Highway, and that is where the sale is. It is a liquidation sale, 80% off. If you're a subscriber at the Wick, you get another 5%. I'm telling you, these are the most incredible buys you will ever see. We have fabric, sewing machines, trims, buttons, all kinds of garments, packaged garments, children's costumes that are $60, $70, $80 at $10 a package. We will no longer be in the package business. Amazon has made it almost impossible for us to compete when it comes to the packaged goods. But it doesn't mean that your costume world is going away. We are opening up a state-of-the-art 35,000 square foot place that's going to be unbelievable. It is by appointment only, so if you're going to a fabulous Arte party, 1920s, 40s, 60, we have a showroom there that will knock you out. And we will be also continuing the sale when we move over there, because it appears that we are going to have 3 semi-loads of things that we absolutely are beside ourselves exactly what to do with it. Now, the theater business has been fabulous this summer. We've worked at the Muni for their 100th anniversary in St. Louis. We're doing the last show for them. And, of course, the last show is Meet Me in St. Louis, and we own the Broadway clothes.
See, people I don't think really understand what you've just said. See, we know you as Marilynn Wick, the producer, owner of the Wick Theater. We know you have a costume shop. Tell us what you do on the side, what you were just saying.
What we do on the side is we are the largest American musical theater wardrobers in the United States. We own 65 original Broadway works. So when your theater throughout the country wants to do La Caja Fall, you would call Costume World and fly in and pick your wardrobes. This year we have worked for Westchester Broadway. Many of you know that. Well, the Regal Playhouse in Boston, North Shore in Boston. I am telling you, the Pittsburgh CLO rents from us. We just got done doing Titanic because we own the original Titanic production that was on the stage in New York, the Broadway Collections.
So, Marilyn, what this says to me now is instead of before you were here, they had to go and figure out and buy something here, buy something there. Now they could actually come to you and buy pretty much everything they need in one fell swoop.
Slow Burn is putting on Jekyll and Hyde here locally, and we are helping them with those clothes. And we're excited to help the local theaters as well, so that everybody has a chance to have quality garments on the stage. Now, some people think, they want their costume designers to design the work, and that is creative as well. But if you get a chance to see the original Broadway clothes of producers on stage, it is a win-win for your ticket price. And that's what you should be thinking about.
And the one thing that we always say, and I especially when I see your shows and performances, and you have all these beautiful outfits and the beautiful shoes and everything, if you didn't have Costume World, you couldn't possibly afford to do that.
We never could do it. We're never paid for doing it. And let me tell you, just in this collection, in this new facility, we have the most incredible shoe collection you've ever seen in your life. And then we have a place where you can get completely wigged, shoes, everything, stockings, the whole thing. And we also are building a state-of-the-art rehearsal hall. Is on the second floor. So when they come in from New York and the actors all gather together, they will come to 30th Place, and that off Powerline Road between Copens and Sample and Copens. And let me tell you, they will walk in, they will be our guest, and they don't have to move 1 ounce. Every living thing will be there for them. And then they will go to the theater and perform. And this gives so much quality to the performances because they feel confident that they have the right things on. They look great. We have a makeup artist there. We have it'll be a complete thing. And, lots of people say to me, oh, your dream came true to have a theater. My dream is about to come through to have this state-of-the-art costuming place because this is going to be an opportunity for us to really complete the job. And we will be set up under one roof now so our traveling museums can go to other cities. We've had so many requests. Broadway Across America wanted us to have our museum that you have now here in town. They'd like it in every theater that they sit down for 4 months. Think of that. That will bring extra revenue in for our theater, and that's what this is all about. Don't forget, Costume World owns the Wick Theater, and that is how we are keeping it going with wonderful donations and, of course, the fact that Costume World is moving along. It is a 40-year-old company, and I am very, very proud and privileged to actually have gotten this far with it. I started with 5 Santa Claus suits on my dining room table to teach my 2 little tots how to sew, thinking we would never do it again, and here we are. 40 years later, the largest costumers in the country, and we are preserving this wardrobe, which is just unbelievable.
Now, I'm sitting here with my mouth open, but I have to say this, that did you ever, and you just said that, you never envisioned anything like you have today. Now, I know you knew you have the costume shop, but where did you get the idea to make this into such it's like, I see the velvet in my mind. It's like a velvet glove that you've performed here.
Well, Halloween was good and it brought revenue in, but then nothing ever happened and you could hardly stay afloat. And I thought, well, if I'm going to this is going to be my life's work, I want to be a collector so that, kind of like Debbie Reynolds, she'd be in a show and she collected all those incredible pieces. And it was incredible. I went to that auction. I couldn't believe it. All the things that she had massed that were all from all these incredible movies, many she had been in. So I thought, well, all the other costumers around me, I belong to the National Costume Association, they weren't progressive in moving ahead. So when a costume company came up for sale, I went for it, tried to make the best deal I could possibly make, and paid for these things. And, of course, 2005 was really my lucky time. I bought the largest costume house in New York City. It was Eves Brooks, then it was Dodger. I bought it from Dodger. They wanted to get out of the costume business. They were huge producers within the city. They brought you all the revivals that you see, and how the revivals, they were a production company themselves. And when we obtained that and moved those 15 semi-loads of original Broadway works, that was the changing of the company that gave us a bottom line of net worth of over $20 million. Of course, it's only clothes on paper, but it gave us the strength to present the museum to the public internationally and for the state.
Marilyn, now I have to add to all the accolades I have to put you as a visionary, because that's really what it took. And our problem is, and we said this before with the interview, there's so much to talk about. That's fantastic. But I don't want to leave the Unchanged Soul out, because that's coming. So let's talk about that.
So let's talk about that. What's going on at the Wick? I'm so excited to kind of fill you in on some things. I'm so excited to have this Donnie Ray Evans back on the 14th and 15th. He was such a hit the last time he was here. Of course, if you didn't see the Nat King Cole show, you missed it. And let me tell you, it was incredible. The house was packed. We oversold 25 seats. Everybody had the most incredible time. And I looked across the audience, looked at this gentleman, and I knew for once I had the most polished entertainer I've ever had on the stage at the Wick. He's just incredible. If you miss this, you've really missed a show. So let me tell you about the Unchanged Soul, though, because it's all those fabulous songs that you love. Of course, it's R&B, right? Ray Charles, The Temptations. I am telling you, it is something you absolutely cannot miss. And, of course, he's going to play some of the favorite songs.
I love Barry White. He is so sexy. I love Barry White. Does he do that?
Oh, yeah, he does that. Georgia on My Mind, of course, that's Ray Charles. And the Till Is Gone, B.B. King. He sings this I Feel Good, James Brown. And let me tell you, this guy's got the moves and the steps, and he's going to have a 6-piece orchestra, saxophone, drums, piano. Who else? Let me say. Well, anyhow, it's all those guys that know what they're doing. An incredible guitarist.
And so that's July 14th at 8 o'clock. And yes. July 14th, I don't know, let's see. What day of the week is that? So July 14th
is the evening, and you can come early, have the most incredible lobster sandwiches you ever had. We're going to have tidbits, kind of a summer light menu, not expensive, and you'll have an incredible evening. He'll come out afterwards, and we'll have entertainment in the lobby. It's going to be a night, actually, if you need a special night for your wife to take her out, this is the place on the 14th. Tickets are $85 and $75. Now, if that's too steep, guess what? 2 o'clock on the 15th, and the tickets will be $65 and $75. $75 for the orchestra, $65. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll have cool, incredible drinks to serve you. We'll have the tidbits as well if you want to have a little lunch before you see the show. Or come and see the show and then go out onto the beach or some fabulous place and have a dinner. Don't forget it.
Well, what I have to do is give everybody a way, though, to get those tickets, and let me do that. So you're going to want to call and get your pencils out. It's radio. Remember, this is Pencil Talk Radio. That's 561-995-2333. That's 561-995-2333. Or you can always go to their website, which is, of course, is it just Wick Theater?
www.com.org.
Wick. Right. Wick Theater. Is it
Wick?
Oh,
W-I-C-K. Yeah.
Oh, the Wick.
Yeah.
.com.
.com.
Okay, thewick.com. You can go there. You can buy your tickets that way, or you can just buy them at the door. But as Marilyn said, it could be sold out. Why don't you go do this? Everyone complains there's nothing to do in the summer here. Well, Marilyn won't let that happen.
No. Let me tell you, this Donnie Ray Evans has not performed here at all. He's been on ships, and he's entertained all over the world. Australia, he's done unbelievable shows there. This guy is so smooth, you do not want to miss him.
Okay. I'm going.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going.
You're coming for
I'm
sure.
I'm coming for sure. Okay.
So it's bass, piano, guitar, drum, and trumpet. It's going to be a fab and a sax. So it's 6 pieces.
And for people who have not been to the Wick Theater, I have to tell you that every seat is perfect. You don't have to worry about it. The acoustics are amazing. Marilyn made sure that this happened. When she took over the theater before this, the Caldwell, it didn't have a lot of things that it could have had. But Marilyn has put a lot of money into this. She's the visionary. That's what I keep calling
you.
That's your new name, the visionary. Okay.
Oh, well, thank you, Anita. All right, well, let me tell you about something else that's pretty exciting that's going to be happening.
What is that?
You've never heard of this, but you ladies have to come. It's the Dixie Tupperware Party. It's going to be an unbelievable evening at the end of August. It's an outrageous one-woman show that's been a huge hit all over the country. It's got wild comedy. You can even buy some Tupperware from the Dixie Long Gate right there in the lobby. We'll be on site. You will be on the floor, absolutely hysterical. So if you ladies want to go out and have a really great time, it's going to be 2 nights. And wait a minute, I don't even.
And it's going to be in August?
It's going to be in August, the end of August, the 25th, I think. My heavens, I don't have it. But it'll be right on the website. You can see it. I'm just putting it on now. We finally got them signed. They have been weeks at other theaters across the country. And I have to tell you, this guy, I've been trying for 3 years to get him.
So it's a man? It isn't a woman with Tupperware?
3 years. It's a Dixie Tupperware. He's in incredible drag.
Oh, this is great.
It's crazy.
Definitely have to go to that. I would
love
that.
So now, August 4th, if you like casino and bingo, we're going to have an evening of casino in the lobby, bingo, and we're going to have Electra. She's entertained there before, and she's going to put on a Judy Garland show that you'll never forget. She also runs the bingo, and in the main room, we're going to have a casino night with all kinds of food, dancing. Don't miss that. This is the way we're spending our summer, guys.
Yeah, this is wonderful. This is so new and so inventive.
Well, we're trying to do different things. We had a big disappointment. We wanted to put on these movies, and that we had The Wizard of Oz and The Grease and Bye Bye Birdie. Everything was set. I signed all the papers, and then I put it on the social media.
What happened?
Pops Disney says you can't do it. You can't be in costume. You can't do anything. It was a sing-along movie. We have a screen that's incredible there, and we wanted to try it and see, you could bring your little family, have an evening. Didn't work.
Disney says you can't use this.
You can't use the actors and stuff, and we felt how many would come just to see the movie when most children have seen it already.
Of course. So this would have been...
Yeah, it been a sing-along, and we would have had all the animals and all the animation. We had all set up. All the dancers locally were going to come in and do it. So that we had to stop that, so we pulled that off. So we're returning the money this week. And we had sold a considerable amount of tickets.
Well, okay. So maybe that just wasn't the right thing.
Right.
But, you have all these other things going. So you have a very, very big schedule, subscription schedule coming up.
Yes.
And I know you got it in your brain, and you don't have anything in front of you, but you can talk about it. I'm sure you do.
Okay, well, let's talk about the Wick Theater and how we're going to have these incredible shows this year. Let me tell you, it is a really healthy program. Healthy meaning large shows, lots of incredible entertainers. We have already cast all the productions, and I'm working on all the technical support at this moment. And here, let me start with Pirates of Penzance. Of course, it's a Gilbert and Sullivan. Wait till you see the pirate. He's fabulous looking. And the girl, it's going to be an incredible show. We are so excited about it. Actually, the crew is building the ship, and you've got to come and see Pirates of Penzance. It's going to be just a wonderful show.
And lots of costumes, aren't there?
Lots of beautiful clothes. And, of course, it's the Joe Papp version, and that is a comedy, and it is hilarious. You will be on the floor laughing. Then, of course, we go on to someone that we're so excited about having Sally Struthers come. She will be, of course, Hannigan in Annie. And August 14th or 15th, it will be the final picking of the Annie. We're going to New York the 1st of August and we have about 10 or 20 Annies, but we're picking another 15 to 16 children, local kids that are going to performers that will be on the stage.
Oh my goodness.
And let me tell you the most exciting thing about this show, of course, having Sally Struthers come. She's an incredible, talented lady. We're thrilled that she decided to come. We've been trying to get her for years, but now she's finally committed, and we're going to show her a fabulous time, so she'll come back. But the dog in Annie.
Oh my, the dog. Okay, that's what I'm interested in. So let me tell you
about the dog.
Tell me.
So the dog, you have to have 2 dogs, a dog trainer, and an equity dog gentleman to go on the stage. And then the last week of the rehearsal, the tech week, the little dog goes and lives with Annie and bonds with her.
That's Sally Struthers.
No.
I'm sorry.
That's Annie.
That's Annie. Excuse me.
Yeah. That's
Annie. And who's playing Annie? You don't know yet.
No, we don't know. We almost know, but we're working on it.
And has to live with Annie so that there's an
so
attachment.
He bonds with her, and when she rolls, and there's one part at the end of the second act the first act, the dog comes out, he looks at the audience, he looks again, and then he walks right off the stage, and that's how it is. I'm so excited about this dog. I can't wait to meet him. He has a healthy paycheck, too.
Isn't this, it's like Lassie. Remember Lassie?
Yeah, Lassie. And, you have to have special quarters for the dog. The dog has to have everything. So we are excited about that. It'll be a new experience for us. And then, of course, we go on to, of course, the most famous show of all that people are really, really wanting to buy the tickets. And this is Funny Girl.
Of course.
Fanny Bryce. It's an incredible show. I did it years ago in costumes at the Pittsburgh CLO. I'm so excited to do it. And we are also auditioning for Fanny. We haven't got her yet.
Oh my goodness, that's going to be a big one.
Yes, but the rest of the cast has been picked, and they're quite incredible.
So Barbara won't come back for it?
No, she won't. I do want to tell you, lots of you know George Dvorsky. He was in Man of La Mancha. He's, of course, going to be with Sally Struthers. And, he's going to be the big guy. And we're excited to have George back here. He loved coming. And then we go on to Crazy for You. A Gershwin music. You just can't go wrong. And it's such a fabulous tap show and dance show and romantic, and the music, you'll just love it. And we have an incredible cast. There's 7 equity people coming from New York City for that particular show. And then
Marilyn, I'm falling off my chair.
Then we end the season with Always Patsy Cline. Do you know what it's like to hire Always Patsy Cline?
No.
To find the right Patsy? Oh, my heavens, but we have found her. She lives in Ontario, Canada, and she will be performing Always Patsy Cline. And we are tremendously excited about it. I have to tell you, it's tough because, you got to close your eyes and know for sure she sounds just like her. She sings 27 songs in this show.
Absolutely amazing. But, as you talk, I'm just sitting here thinking about all this. And you said that you've already now, you've got a lot of the actors, you've got a lot of things done, the sets from, in your mind and all. Who actually does all this? I mean, I know you do a lot, but how do you coordinate all this?
Okay, I coordinate it by giving everybody their responsibilities. Everybody's got a clipboard every morning, and away we go. I start about 5 o'clock sending out emails, and clicking things along. So today was very, very exciting because, it was 4th of July yesterday and everybody was off. And we were trying. I said, I wonder how many will show today, but they all came and they all are working very hard. We practically have kept everyone employed through the summer they're all helping the move. They know the move is important to us and everybody is pitching in. And we've had some volunteers from the theater come and help us. So it's been really a wonderful time. And it's been kind of sad because we've been there for so long. It has some emotional attachments. I suppose the last day, we really, on the 20th, we move our offices on the 18th of this month. And then on the 20th, we have to go because all the racks have to come down. The place has to be spotless.
But this is so you rented this all the time. Now you're going back, and now you're renting the next one?
We're renting there also, too, but we rented for 15 years, so they can't. I'd probably be long gone by then.
Right.
So.
But let me tell everyone. I want everyone to know Marilynn Wick, the Wick Theater and Costume Museum. You should call for tickets. Just get on their website. It's thewick.com. It's phone numbers 561-995-2333, 561-995-2333. If you haven't been there, go there for one of the things. But the thing that we hope you're going to go to, of course, is Unchanged Soul with Donnie Ray Evans, and that's on the 14th and the 15th. But just get on their website, and you'll just see all this fantastic stuff.
Come to our
Marilyn.
sale, too. Don't forget it. We're open from 10 in the morning till 7 every night, Sunday 12 to 5, where things are going to be going really fast. The deals will get better and better as time goes. The last day is the 22nd. So we'd love to see you and say hello to you. And this is going to be quite a feat to move into the new place, get our season up, but we've really
amazing.
But we're doing it, and everything's going really good.
And these challenges.
I really love the challenge of this. And Kimberly will have her new museum
open.
I
was just going to say, Kim, wherever you are, we're going to go see you then. And thank you very much,
Kim's
Marilyn.
on a little vacation.
Thank you, honey. We'll see you there.